Right now, Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone. It is a Monday night in Pittsburgh, and we never have not much to talk about. We always have a lot to talk about. And tonight we do again. And it probably really has nothing to do with the game, which should be the focus here, but there's a lot of other stuff going on. And we welcome you to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, where you can make the call at 412-575-2600 or tweet us at KDPomp, at Gene Collier. And Gene is here. We're talking about the loss, 42-37, in which the Steeler offense put up 37 points, did not commit a turnover, and yet somehow lost because their defense couldn't stop anything. And it is a concern because it's a carryover from last year. And then today there were two tweets that became troublesome and viral on the internet when Bud Dupree goes after a fan who made a comment about where was he, and then he attacks that girl's girlfriend verbally, at least. And then you have Le'Veon Bell, who's on a jet ski in Miami demanding the money, and then Antonio Brown using the T word as in trade me. Gene, just another day at the office here, I guess, with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's going on?
I don't know. The Steelers have never been all social media. They're never on the AFC social media player of the week list. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of immaturity bubbling forth on social media. This is common throughout the NFL. The Steelers have not cornered the market on it, although there are everlasting focus, that's for sure.
So do you believe Le'Veon Bell, who was responding to Ryan Scarpino, who's a former Steeler PR staff employee, who said basically that, Antonio Brown should consider himself lucky because he played when Ben Roethlisberger was here and Ben made him the money, to which he responded, trade me, and then we'll see. Do you believe, when he used the word trade, did that surprise you? Or do you take it as just play on words?
No, I mean, I think even Antonio Brown would not say that if he didn't believe it in some small part. He's just really upset right now. He's been upset for weeks for whatever reason, various different reasons, where he's considered himself to be slighted this way or that. I don't know what it's going to take to bring him out of this funk. A win might do it, but it would have to be a win in which he scored most of the touchdowns.
Well, that's a problem. I mean, he has been targeted more than any wide receiver in football over the first 2 weeks, and yet his numbers are not there. And Juju Smith-Schuster and the outlaw, Jesse James, had big numbers, bigger than his yesterday. So, honestly, that gets to a point where it's just mind-numbing to me. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's about this team, and this team, let's focus on that for a little bit because they do have their problems defensively, Gene. Oh, yeah. They cannot tackle people. It seems like there's miscommunication problems from corner to safety, people expecting help over the top. It's not there. And when you see a kid who's 21 years old come into Heinz Field, this never used to happen, and just toy with them to the tune of 6 touchdown passes, and many of them were big plays, over 30 yards. The Steelers had a problem last year. You might remember the Green Bay game where I think people thought, well, there's no Aaron Rodgers, you don't have to worry about it. But Brent Hundley came in and he threw for a lot of yardage, even a loss, and many of those were over 50-yard plays. So, Gene, this continues. What do they have to do to change it? Is it a personnel issue, a schematic issue, a coaching issue?
Well, I think it's a personnel issue right now. I mean, secondaries are going to get beat in the modern NFL. All the rules have changed toward that end, so you are going to give up passing yardage. But I can never remember a Steelers secondary playing the way the Steelers did yesterday, where people were just floating free in the secondary all day long. And in many occasions, it was clear the defensive players did not know who they were supposed to be covering. Otherwise, how would you account for the cushions some of the receivers were getting? As to the coaching, I'm a little less hesitant. I'm a little less eager to blame the coaches, although they bear ultimately the responsibility. I just think they don't have great talent, and whatever they're trying to do, it's not getting through to the people on the field.
Well, next up is Tampa Bay, and you would have originally thought, well, that's not going to be that difficult without Jameis Winston, but you would be wrong because Ryan Fitzpatrick is lighting it up. And the Steelers, however, when you look at it, are favored in this game. We'll talk about that and more. We'll take your calls. By the way, the Pirates won in a walk-off fashion tonight, puts them over 500. That's sort of a lovely parting gift for the season, but they're 75-74, 7-6 over Kansas City, and it was Stallings with the game-winning hit tonight. We'll talk about all that and more. And get your calls, 412-575-2600, right here live, Pittsburgh CW.